Okay, we've just been talking about the learning objective questions so far, Kieran, so we're about to get cracking properly now. Okay then, so our 3 learning outcomes for today then. The first thing we're going to do is identify different language and structural features within an extract for paper 1. So we're going to look at a key extract, which would be a typical sort of text that would come up in the exam. We're then going to look at explaining how and why language and structural features are used, so particularly today focusing on those structural features. So it's one thing to identify them, but to explain them is getting up to a higher level. And then we're going to go to this key skill of analysing, so to analyse the effects of using these features, again today with the focus on structure. So yeah, so for example, paragraphs are used, this is why they're used, but then this is the effect on the reader. Okay then guys, so just to remind you all of the grading structure, so remember now we're looking at 1 to 9, aren't we, for our grades, rather than, 9 to 1 rather than A star to G. Okay, and just to remind you about this as well, each question that you answer in the exam you're levelled for, so levelled anything from 1 all the way up to 4. So if you're looking to get like a grade 8, 9, the examiner will be looking at seeing level 4 type skills in your work. So the outcomes that we're looking at today move up through these levels. So outcome number 1, just identifying these features, is all to do with it is basically like a level 1, so fairly low level skill. Then explaining them, you're getting up to level 2, 3. Then to get up to level 4, that's those top grades 8 and 9, we need to be doing that perceptive analysis, which we'll look at in outcome 3. Okay, right guys, I've been doing a lot of talking so far. Are you all okay? Just give us a yes in the chat box if you're okay so far. You're still with me? Okay, yeah, thanks everyone. Good so far. Okay, so I'm doing lots of talking at the minute. I will get you guys working and doing the hard work very soon. Okay, so just to remind you about our reading assessment objectives as well. So remember, AOs 1 to 4 are all your reading assessment objectives. So these are the different skills you have to cover in the reading questions in the exam. Apart from in paper 1, we don't look at AO3. So remember, that's the one that's just covered in paper 2. Okay, right then, let's look at a typical question 3 in paper 1 then. So question 3 says, you now need to think about the whole of the source. This text is from the middle of a short story. How has the writer structured the text to interest you as a reader? You could write about what the writer focuses your attention on at the beginning, how and why the writer changes focus as the source develops, any other structural features that interest you. Okay then, so this is a typical question 3. So just have a look and see if you can like spot the key words in this question. So what do you think the most important key words are in this question that you would underline or highlight? If anyone can spot them, just click hands up for me if you pop your hand up next to your name, and I'll just pass you control for you to underline. Okay, or if you'd prefer, you can put your hand up. Oh, Jack, you've got your hand up, and Millie. I was going to say, if anyone prefers, they can put them into the chat box as well. I'll start with you, Jack. Okay, that's definitely key, isn't it? Some questions will just say read lines 1 to 10 or 20 to 30. This says read the whole of the source. Okay, thanks, Jack. Anything else you'd underline while you've got the pen there, Jack? Okay, well spotted. Yeah, in that third bullet point there is the mention of structural features. Okay, lovely. Thank you, Jack. Good start. I'll pass to you, Millie. Anything else that you would say is a key word or phrase in this question?